Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mario, and today we are going to ride the fifth and final stage of the Tour of the Alps. So of all four stages we played until now, the last one was probably the worst in terms of performance. Chris Froome managed to decrease the lead in the GC to Rafal Majka to only 2 seconds. And if he wins the stage, he's going to take the GC. It's going to be complicated because the only chance we have is to gain a significant advantage over Froome in that category 1 climb, because if we don't gain a significant advantage, if we only get a small advantage, Froome is likely to catch Majka in the downhill or in the flat section, and if they go together to the finish line, Froome is probably going to be stronger than Rafal Majka. So we are starting the fifth and final stage of the Tour of the Alps. Fortunately, Rafal Majka is having a +2 day, so that will help him to try and win this race. Let's see if we can do that. But of course, I realize that it's going to be very difficult. Froome is the clear favorite at the moment. So there are now 115 kilometers to go. The breakaway for this day is even bigger than yesterday's. Yesterday's have 17 riders. Today there are 28. I saw that Dayer Quintana, who was in the breakaway on the fourth stage, is also here today. We also have Jérémy Maison, who was so close to win the second stage, but he completely lost it in the final moments. So 90 kilometers now to go for the front group. They still keep about 5 minutes lead over the main group, over the peloton. So we are now descending from this second category climb, going to the footstep of that category 1 mountain. We are feeling good. Rafal Majka is feeling good, also with Polianski still showing a great amount of energy, and probably this is the time to get them to the front of the group together with Schillinger. So I'm putting them in relaying, at least Schillinger, to be up there in the front and try to control the pace a bit. So the pace in this climb is being very low. The riders in the front group still have 5 minutes lead, and there are still 25 men here. It's actually impressive that no one else has been dropped. We are now Bodnar is now out of energy, so Schillinger is going to protect Rafal Majka from now on, and Bodnar can rest for the remaining of this stage. So Schillinger is out of energy now. It's the time for Pavel Polianski to protect Rafal Majka. There are no movement in this climb, so the favorites are not interested in doing anything. I don't know if I should try something. As I said, if I go to the finish line with Froome, I don't know if I'm going to be able to avoid that he wins the stage, unless no one else attacks. Oh wait, but I was not even considering this. So the front riders are probably going to win this stage. So if I just keep with Froome, I have this. I have this. Yeah. Good. Thank you, breakaway. Wow, it's now 7 minutes. And this is Vincenzo Nibali? Yeah. Vincenzo Nibali. No, he wasn't attacking, he was just pacing a bit. Let's try and not get surprised by any attacks. Let's actually move to the front of the group. So Vincenzo Nibali launched an attack now in the downhill. I don't think we need to worry too much about that. He's 3 minutes and 21 seconds behind Majka in the GC. It's always beautiful to see these downhills. So just as a precautionary measure, I'm now measuring the time gap between Nibali and Majka. Froome is still in my group. In the downhill, I dropped a bit from this group. And the lead riders are now approaching the finish line, 400 meters to go. And it's Aramburu taking the win for Caja Rural. Let's focus back on Rafal Majka. We still have Astana and Team Sky pacing. We don't have to worry. I'm going to... Actually not, but this is too soon. Why am I doing this? Idiot. So yeah, sprint now, and it's all fine. Here is the replay of the finish of this race. Caja Rural managed to win the stage. It was the only stage not won by a World Tour team, so good for them. Here he is, Alex Aramburu, winning this stage in a 5-man group. And the winner of the Tour of the Alps 2019, Rafal Majka. I was aiming at a top 3 finish. I thought Chris Froome and Vincenzo Nibali would actually be stronger than me, but Majka wins it. In the final stage, Majka didn't manage to keep the mountain jersey. Stefan Ravic actually won this classification, but Majka keeps the points classification. So those 2 wins in the first 2 stages were very significant for him in this classification. And finally, Giovanni Carboni takes the win. Giovanni Carboni from Bardiani takes the win in the youth classification. So this is the end of the Tour of the Alps. The final stage was the only one in which a breakaway formed in the beginning of the stage managed to reach the end ahead of the favorites group. There were 28 men initially, only 5 reached together to the end. Then in the downhill of this final climb, Vincenzo Nibali tried to attack, but that actually led to nothing as he finished with exactly the same time as all other riders in the main group. Chris Froome finished the stage in 24th and Rafal Majka in 45th, with no time gap between them, which means that Rafal Majka managed to keep those 2 seconds over Chris Froome to win the Tour of the Alps. I hope you have enjoyed this race. It was a fun race to ride. I was not expecting such good performances by Rafal Majka, and in the end we managed to win the general classification and also the points classification. Majka also finished in second behind Stefan Habic in the mountain classification. The best young rider was Giovanni Carboni from Bardiani, and the best team in the race was Astana. So if you have enjoyed this, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet, and I hope to see you soon for another video of Pro Cycling Manager.